A long time ago, a young boy wandered away from his father's house, beyond the safety of the kingdom walls and into a dark and enchanted forest. At first it felt like freedom, but the deeper he went, the more the forest grew silent, and he knew he was lost. Alone and afraid, he searched for shelter until he stumbled upon a cave hidden deep within the trees. It was dark, yet something about it drew him in. As he stepped inside, a voice spoke his name. From the shadows emerged a dragon, great and beautiful. "You should not be alone in a place like this," the dragon said softly. The boy hesitated. Who was this dragon that knew his name? Should he answer? Then he remembered his father's warning. "Do not speak to the dragon." "My father said you were dangerous," said the boy. "Oh, did he?" the dragon replied, stepping closer. "And yet, here you are." It tilted his head slightly, studying him. "But I do not seem dangerous to you, do I?" The boy looked at the creature before him. Its voice was gentle. Its eyes glowed like a steady fire. For a moment, he wondered if his father had been wrong. I have wandered too far," the boy said. "Most who find me have," said the dragon. "You look weary. Why not rest here for a while, just until your strength returns?" The boy wanted to refuse, but his legs ached, and the weight of being lost pressed down on him. Just for a moment, he told himself, but the moment lingered. They spoke for a long while. The dragon listened as the boy talked of the kingdom, of his father's expectations, and of the strange loneliness that sometimes found him even in a crowded hall. And the boy felt truly seen. At last he stood, startled by how much time had passed. "I must go home," he said. The dragon's eyes burned softly. Its voice remained calm. "Of course," it replied. "The choice is always yours." A heavy pause hung between them. Then the dragon added more gently, "But before you go, there's something I would like to show you." A warning stirred in the boy's chest, but a strange longing compelled him to follow. The dragon led him deeper into the cave until no light remained. Then, in the perfect darkness, the boy saw it, a sea of gold. It shimmered across the stone walls like fire upon water. Coins, goblets, crowns, and treasures, beyond counting, stretched far into the depths of the cavern. "It is beautiful, is it not?" said the dragon. "It's like a dream," the boy whispered. The dragon lifted a single golden coin and held it before the boy. "Take it, so you may remember this moment." The boy paused, then he reached out and he took the gold. The instant his fingers closed around it, a deep warmth spread through him. The darkness around him no longer felt as heavy. The gold held his gaze, stealing his thoughts. Its glow became the only thing that mattered, and his heart mistook it for light. The cave, the forest, even the dragon, all of it simply disappeared. "Come back any time," the dragon whispered. "I will be waiting." The dragon led him out of the cave, and the boy remembered his way home. He returned to the kingdom, but he told no one. Not his father, not a soul. He kept the gold hidden. When he was alone, he would take it out and stare at it. Minutes became hours, hours stretched into days, and then slipped into nothing at all. The halls of the kingdom began to feel cold. Music sounded hollow. Laughter no longer moved him. Even sunlight seemed dim beside the glow of the dragon's treasure. The gold became the only thing he thought about, the only thing he desired. So he went back, again and again and again. And each time the dragon gave him more, and every visit felt less like leaving home and more like returning to it. Eventually, the boy returned once more. The dragon looked upon him and said, "You are weary from going back and forth. Stay here. There's no need to keep leaving." And so the boy remained. Yet somewhere deep within him, he knew he did not belong there. Over time, his eyes grew accustomed to the darkness. With each passing day, he lost sight of who he truly was. The flame within his heart burned lower and lower. And as its light began to fade, darkness found a doorway into his soul. From that darkness, 3 nights of shadow took root. They fed upon the fading flame within his heart, growing stronger, until at last, they rose from the depths of his being. Upon the first night's eyes was carved the word greed. He whispered false promises, calling himself a bringer of gifts, pulling the boy toward what felt good, even as it consumed him. The second bore shame across his chest. His blade pressed cold against the boy's throat, silencing his voice and convincing him he was unworthy of love. The third knelt heavy upon the boy's back, and upon his knees was written depression, making every attempt to rise feel impossible. They did not kill him. They had no need to. They simply continued their feast, growing stronger as his light grew dimmer. But he did not know it. He did not see them there, for his eyes were fixed upon the gold. He saw only what the dragon allowed him to see. Until one day, light broke through the ceiling of the cave. A single stone fell from above and struck the golden hoard. Where it hit, the golden shine tore away, revealing something dark, rotting, and grotesque beneath. Blackness bled from the false gold. The illusion shattered, and reflected in the broken gold, the boy caught sight of himself. Pale, hollow, starving. For the first time, he saw what the dragon had made of him. The shadows hissed and drew closer, sensing he was waking. Deeper in the cavern, the dragon uncoiled, its eyes blazing with a sudden fury. Then, through the opening above, a voice called down into the darkness. It spoke his name, a name he had not heard since he last left the kingdom. A name he had forgotten was even his. The boy froze. What would the dragon do if he answered? What would the shadows do? His breath tightened, but a memory rose within him, of home, of his father, of sunlight on green fields, of who he was before the dragon. And in that moment, the boy knew this was his chance, perhaps his only one. Better to die reaching for freedom, he thought, than remain forever in a lie. So with what little strength remained in him, the boy cried out, "Save me!" Instantly, the earth above split open, and light flooded the cave. The shadows screamed as it touched them. They clawed desperately toward the boy, but they could not endure the light. Their forms dissolved into mist and vanished. Knights in radiant golden armor descended. The great beast roared and lunged toward them, its massive body slamming against the stone walls. "He is mine!" the dragon snarled, its voice echoing like thunder through the cavern. "You have no claim on him!" But as the knights raised their swords and advanced in the pure light, the dragon realized it was no match. It let out a piercing cry of rage and defiance, gave the boy one final venomous glare, then turned and fled into the deepest depths of the cavern, its tail lashing wildly behind it. Among the knights, one stepped forward and knelt before the boy, his armor shining brighter than the rest. Strong hands lifted him gently to his feet. The boy looked into his eyes, and the knight removed his helmet. It was his father, the king. After all this time, he had never stopped searching. The boy tried to speak, but his strength failed him. His legs gave out, and his frail body collapsed into his father's arms. The king held him tightly, and with tears streaming down his face, he whispered, "I've missed you, my son. You're coming home."